Oh, hey, didn't see you there. For my project, I chose to do psychology of human relationships. So I'll tell you the 3 questions I chose. First is number 1, distinguish between altruism and pro-social behavior. Number 4, examine factors influencing bystanderism. And number 5, examine biological, psychological, and social origins of attraction. So these are my 3 questions, and in this lovely video you're about to watch, I will demonstrate all examples through skits and then explain it. Oh my gosh, that ferocious tiger is gonna hurt my rainbow friend. Oh, I could die if I go in there and help, but I really need to, so I'm going to. Ugh! Ugh! Oh man, I dropped my pen and my hand's also broken, so I can't pick it up. Oh, here you go, miss. Okay, so I'm going to explain what you just watched. So the definition of altruism, which was the first clip, is helping others with a cost to yourself. So this means that if you help someone, it'll cost you something to do so. Like maybe you'll get hurt, maybe it's super time consuming. There's a risk to yourself. A study that illustrates this is the Batson study, which is also known as the Elaine study. And this was where college students were watching a video of a girl named Elaine get shocked, but it wasn't actually real. She was a Confederate. And so they were put into different groups based on the class. The guy had 4 classes, I guess. And the groups were low empathy, easy escape, low empathy, difficult escape, high empathy, difficult escape, high empathy, and low escape. So what that means is the empathy levels were based on whether or not they identified with the girl. They gave a question, a little bio about Elaine and made it relate to some of them. So it was found that the group that had high empathy but low escape, easy escape still helped her the most, which is surprising because they could really easily say no and leave, or just they could have a good excuse, but they still wanted to help her because they identified with her, so they would want to be altruistic. So now on to pro-social. Pro-social is helping others and doing kind things, but with no real cost to yourself. An example is the study Latine and Darley, and I'll talk about this later in the next question. But basically, someone faked a seizure, and they could help if they want to, but it doesn't really have a cost to themselves because all they would have to do is go and get someone or call 911. It doesn't really cost them anything. So the main difference is that altruism is about self-sacrifice, while pro-social doesn't really cause anything, and they imply different levels of bystanderism because people are more likely to not help when it's altruistic acts. Oops, I spilled my water. Ooh, what's this? A water spill? There's so many people around, and that's not really my job. Someone else is bound to do it. Oh, what's this? A water spill? Wow, there's so many people around, no one's doing anything. I bet they know something I don't know, maybe it's here for a reason. Oh, what's this, a water spill? Well, I don't want to clean it up and then be judged for it, if it's fake water or something, or not actually harmful, so I just... Wow, what a nice skit. So, the first example that you watched was diffusions of... Oh shit, I forgot to say the question. Okay, the question is examining factors influencing bystanderism. Bystanderism means when people are less likely to help others in the presence of other people because of different influences. So the first example that you watched me do was diffusion of responsibility, which means someone else will do it, or it's not my job. That's what people are thinking. The second example was pluralistic ignorance, and that means people must know something that you don't know because something's going on, but no one else is helping. So you think, oh, maybe there's an explanation for it and everyone knows it and I don't. The third factor is evaluation apprehension, which means that you're scared of judgment from others, so you might think it's fake, or so you might not like help the person because you're like, oh, they're just faking it. I'm gonna look like a fool. The study for this is Latine and Darley, which is what I was just talking about. It's called the intercom study. And college students were asked to talk on an intercom with someone just about their lives and interview. And little did they know, there was a Confederate who was faking a seizure. Well, it was a pre-recorded. And so they had different groups. The first was just one-on-one with the person seizing. And then they had increasingly adding people. So they were in big groups. And they found that almost every time the person the person by themselves would help, but it got decreasingly less so likely to help when they were in a big group. OBO. The sweet smells of sweat.
Straight chillin'.
Oh my gosh, did you guys see that boy sitting over there? So hot. Ew, Amy, shut up. You guys could be like related. You look so
Dear
similar.
God.
Know that I know that I'm worth waiting for. Oh yeah, before I eat my rice and watch Mulan, I go flirt with that girl over there.
Yeah, man, you see that
Arigato.
girl over there? I don't even know if she's 18. Jailbait. Let me tap that.
So the question I just showed was number 5, examine biological, psychological, and social origins of attraction. The first example that you watched was biological, and that was the study of Wedekind, where they had a collection of sweaty t-shirts, men's sweaty t-shirts, and they had women rank the smells of which they liked in order. And they found that women liked the smells, or were attracted to the smells of men with different immune systems than them. And that's probably because women are biologically, like, subconsciously thinking that they want to have healthy kids, so they want to, like, match their immune systems to get the ultimate immune system when they reproduce so that their kid will be healthy and not die. The second example that you saw was psychological explanation of attraction, and that was the study with Markey and Markey, where they had people fill out a questionnaire, first a personal one about themselves, and second questions for their partner, but little did they know, they disguised it, and it was really the same questionnaire, and they found that people wanted to find a partner who was similar in personality to themselves, and that's why I illustrated that with physical appearance, because I didn't know what else to do, but it's the same concept that people want to find a partner like themselves. The third example was the social explanation of attraction, and that's with the Bus et al. Study, some may call it BOOS, where they had a questionnaire where people were to rank qualities in priority of what they want in a person for marriage, and they had people in all different countries take it, and they found that depending on like the culture or the group, people prioritize different factors more or less. So the first example that I showed was chastity, and it was found that people in Asian in Asian cultures valued virginity very highly, while in European countries they didn't. And then the second example was youth. Men tend to want a younger partner than them and value that. They want to find someone young, so that was the second example.